Have you ever felt behind in life, not because you failed, but because you looked at someone else's success for too long? This is the story of Daniel. Daniel wasn't lazy, he wasn't careless, he wasn't avoiding responsibility. Yet almost every day he felt late, late to success, late to stability, late to becoming the person he thought he should already be. He didn't always feel this way. There was a time when Daniel moved at his own pace, focused on learning, improving, and staying consistent. But slowly, without noticing, comparison entered his life. At first, it was subtle, a quick look at someone else's progress, a small thought in the back of his mind, they're doing well. Then the thought changed, they're doing better than me. And soon it became, why am I not there yet? That's how comparison works. It doesn't attack loudly, it waits quietly and repeats itself. At work, Daniel stopped feeling proud of his effort. Even when he completed difficult tasks, his mind didn't celebrate, it searched. Who got promoted faster, who earned more, who seemed more confident. Someone else's success always arrived faster than his own satisfaction. And without realizing it, Daniel turned someone else's timeline into a deadline for his life. He started waking up anxious, not because he hated his work, but because he felt behind. Behind people he barely knew, behind stories he didn't fully understand. He worked longer hours, not with clarity, but with fear. Fear of falling behind, fear of being average, fear of being forgotten. And fear is a terrible teacher. It pushes you, but it also drains you. Social media made everything heavier. Every scroll felt like evidence. People his age buying homes, traveling, building businesses, living confidently. What Daniel didn't see were the sacrifices, the failures, the help behind the scenes. Comparison never shows the struggle, it only shows the result. And results without context feel cruel. Slowly, Daniel's inner voice changed. I should be further by now. I'm wasting time. Something must be wrong with me. These weren't just thoughts anymore, they became beliefs. Beliefs that followed him into meetings, into conversations, into quiet moments alone. He began rushing decisions, saying yes to things that didn't align, chasing goals that didn't feel like his own, trying to build a life that looked impressive instead of one that felt right. Comparison turned patience into pressure, and pressure turned growth into pain. One evening, after a long and exhausting day, Daniel sat alone in silence. No phone, no distractions, just honesty. And for the first time in a long while, he asked himself a different question. When did I stop trusting my own pace? That question stayed. He realized something uncomfortable. The people he compared himself to weren't thinking about him at all. They were busy handling their own lives, their own doubts, their own fears of not being enough. That's when the truth became clear. Comparison is an endless ladder, and someone is always above you. No matter how high you climb, there will always be someone ahead. There is no finish line, no moment where comparison finally says you're enough now. Because comparison doesn't want growth, it wants control. It keeps you distracted, restless, focused everywhere except your own journey. Daniel realized he had been judging himself using information he didn't have, and timelines that were never his. Some people start earlier, some start with support, some start ahead, and some are carrying struggles no one ever sees. Different lives, different starting points, different pace. That night, Daniel made a quiet decision. He stopped asking, why am I behind? And started asking, am I moving forward honestly, consistently in my own way? From then on, he changed what he measured. Not outcomes, direction. Not speed, progress. Not perfection, effort. He looked at who he was a year ago, the fears he carried then, the lessons he hadn't learned yet, and for the first time in a long while he felt something calm. Pride, not loud, not arrogant, just honest. Comparison didn't disappear completely, but it lost its power. Because now when Daniel saw someone succeed, it didn't make him feel smaller. It reminded him that growth was possible. And when doubt returned, as it always does, he reminded himself, I'm not late. I'm not broken. I'm not failing, I'm building at a pace my life can handle. If this story feels familiar, remember this: comparison doesn't tell you the truth. It tells you a story designed to rush you. and a rushed life rarely becomes a meaningful one. Stop comparing yourself, not because others aren't ahead, but because your journey deserves your full attention.